Hello, world. From whichever time zone you're catching me from, my name is MD90. Welcome to my YouTube channel. If you're not subscribed to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button, turn on the bell notification to all so that you do not miss the uploads that come up. And the easiest way for you to navigate the channel is to head to the playlist. You'll find videos curated for you based on your interest. So if you're interested in the Kutika podcast, you'll find a playlist for that. For news and trends, there's a playlist for that. Exclusive with MD90, a bunch of playlists that are created based on your interest. So the easiest way to navigate the channel is head straight to the playlist and you'll find what you're here for. Consider becoming a member of the channel. Right next to the subscribe button is a join button. You click on the join button so that you can become a member of the channel. You support the team on the production and a number of things that we're doing here, and we appreciate that. Well, if you follow Zambian current affairs, you must have seen the past 48 hours, the army commander has been trending for the instructions that he had received from the commander-in-chief, that is the Republican President Hakainde Hichilema, to clean up illegal mining in Zambia in a number of places, mostly northwestern province. So he's been training for the videos, that is instructions that he's been issuing towards various brigades of the army. And obviously, as a result of that, pictures have been emerging of illegal miners going back home. Those are some of the images that were shared by UPND Zambia. They are simply saying admin has seen his cousin, the Malozi, and are heading towards heeding the instructions of the commander to have started going back to Kalabo and Kilonga, Mfumbwe, where they were illegally digging gold. To eradicate and exterminate in Lozi. Pretty much those are the terminologies that have been trending that were used by the army commander, and that's the man in picture there. It's been in the news for a couple of that's 48 hours. So there are two sections of society here. Mostly I've seen opinions from the opposition, predominantly the Patriotic Front, and also the UPND supporters. And one of them is Mashaka Kashambato. He says, "Thank you, Lieutenant General, on your unwavering commitment to and dedication to protecting our sovereignty and territorial integrity. I am glad to see, alongside your former Brigadier General Charles Swana, Special Forces Commander." So there you can see the big bosses of the Zambian army there doing the instructions as the president had instructed. So those are some of the images that have been emerging from various sections of society. Obviously, UPND or shared some more images. They are saying just two words: exterminate and eradicate. After Googling the meaning, the wise are doing the wise thing there. So everybody he heed the instruction from the army commander. He was saying most of these areas were becoming infiltrated by illegal miners and the foreigners mostly. And he gave an example of the situation in Congo where foreigners are now running the mineral resources in some of the areas, the M7 rebels, as if you follow the Rwanda-Congo situation there. So you're simply saying, hey, that will not be replicated in Zambia. We're taking control over our resources and everything that happens there in our resources. So one of the people that I was giving an opinion is Emmanuel Mwamba, and he's been having a back and forth with George Mutonga on their platforms, simply saying, hey, that back and forth, more images from those people that were doing the mining. And then Stephen Kampiongo weighed in on the news diggers. He says, it is not Zambian army's mandate to curb illegal mining, Kampiongo. So that's the statement coming from Stephen Kampiongo, saying it's not the responsibility of the army to handle such a responsibility. Probably they should have instructed the police. So he says, former Home Affairs Minister Stephen Kampiongo says it is not the mandate of the Zambian army to end illegal mining in the country. On Monday, Zambia Army Commander Lieutenant General Geoffrey Ziele said the army will move to evict illegal miners in all parts of the country to restore order, which has been done, if you have seen those images. So Stephen Campbell was saying probably the police should have handled that situation. But then again, if the police could handle it, the situation would have been handled a long time ago. But just listen, just look at what has happened. A simple statement from the army commander, and you can see the effect. Everybody knows that the army does not come to negotiate with anybody on the ground. They're simply heeding instructions from the commander in chief, and it changed. There are criminal rings invade Kikonge. Army deploys special forces to deal with armed foreign miners. So one thing that was coming up was that foreigners had come in, and it wasn't just the illegal Zambian miners that were predominating. Some illegal miners from foreign countries were coming in with their weapons and dominating the areas. So the Zambia army and the commander-in-chief were not going to allow that. But in other news, Kasama, are you ready? Team Tavesha jets in. So as you may be aware, there's a by-election that is taking place this coming Thursday in Kasama for the mayoral by-election. And the people that were doing the campaigns for the guy that won for the FDD, which is pretty much PF in Chawama, saying are going to Kasama also. That's given Luinda, Shimakambwidi, Mao Samba is now out of prison. And the number of that team is saying that they've gone to Kasama. So as I'm speaking, according to that post from the Patriotic Front, the same afternoon after successfully delivering Chawama by-elections, where the Tonse Alliance candidate Bryce the beat ruling candidate pretty much believing their success there. And another thing, the ballot papers for Kasama by-elections have also come in, and all the stakeholders were present to see them being received. So that's one thing that is very commendable. The ECZ is very open about the entire process, and everybody is there. And if anybody loses the elections, let them not come and start putting up very funny statements that have no grounding on anything in reality. And one thing is that even the campaigns are taking place peacefully. You can see the UPND there in Kasama for the mayoral by-elections, holding a rally there. They shared the video of Ivas Nkandu. That's the Minister of Sport. It seems like the one that has been leading the entourage, the one that is doing the campaigns for UPND. And the PF was also been doing their runs. So everybody's doing their campaigns. It's been a peaceful run. Let even the voting process be the same. And if anybody loses, let them not start coming bringing up things that are unrealistic. That's the reason that got even Mausampa in hot soup. That statement that they put up of an illegal polling station, which is now, he was asked to pay, is it 1 million kwacha bond for that? Those are the ballot boxes or ballot papers for the mayoral elections for Kasama there. And obviously, everybody was present. You can see more images from that. UPND is still doing some campaigns, and the PF was also doing their own campaign. But on the other hand, there is a twist in the Tonse Alliance race. As you may be aware, the PF was supposed to hold this general conference somewhere, is it November last year, if not December. They could not hold it, they postponed. So they seem to have put up another date. So the race is on in February 2026. I do not know why they keep on kicking this can down the road. The fact is that it has to be addressed. The PF, whether they like it or not, they have to pick a candidate. So it's that candidate that is going to fight with, what's his name? Robert Chavinga. As you may be aware, the PF is in court of who are the real owners of the PF. But within those sections, there are different factions and that they are fighting. So they seem to have set a new date in next month, February. They have not set the day. I don't know how it's going to happen. Let's wait and see how that plays out. But mostly what has prompted this election race, or pretty much they are holding the general conference, is what Brian Mundwe is doing. Seems like the Tonse Alliance is what has prompted that. When confidence meets the wrong net. So that's a meme that they've created. One thing that is funny about the Patriotic Front, or whoever runs this page on their Facebook platform, is that you can clearly see some of the admins or editors of that page. You can tell one section that is for Brian Mundwide and another section that is for Given Winda, Mao Sampa, and Shimba Kambwiri, because you can see the posts, and they are letting all the posts stay. You can see one post shared. putting up shade towards Brian Mundwire, and another post crediting given to Winda. That's a funny thing, and it seems like whoever is the overall admin is letting it run like that. You never see them delete any of those shady posts amongst themselves. So there's a Brian Mundwire drops out of the Patriotic Front race, goes for illegal Tonse Alliance, and faces PF expulsion. So they are saying they like to expel Brian Mundwire. As you may be aware, he has filed in to run as Tonse Alliance chairperson. That alliance that was created by Edgar Shagalungu after he had moved out of the Uka Alliance. And it seems like none of them wants to let go of the Tonse Alliance this time around, because they would have easily just formed another alliance and moved on. But the fact is that they've decided to stay. Brian Mundwire eyes Tonse as he defies Lubinda. That's given Lubinda 6 to lead alliance. So after all those warnings, Mundwire says, I'm going ahead, and he's going to run. And according to that list that has been publicized by the Tonse Alliance Electoral Commission outcome of the Tonse Alliance nomination conducted on 23rd January 2026. And they state people that are running for chairmanship, that is Brian Mundwire and also Apostle Danny Pure. People that are running for vice presidency, Chris Manizimba, and then another person there you can see pretty much. And it's likely to be taken by the Patriotic Front. Now, that section is what is going to be led by Brian Mundwire, and then they'll come for this section of the PF. And it might be a strategy that might work. Illegal process as Tonse faction members of the Patriotic Front stay away. So given when has issued the people that are supporting him to stay away of those Tonse Alliance elections that are taking place, it's just drama all over the place. Battle lines drawn. Mundwire officially crosses to the illegal Tonse Alliance led by Dan Pure. That's according to post put up by the Patriotic Front page there. Some of the admins. Brian Mundwire faces expulsion in PF after fighting for leadership contest in illegal Tonse. One thing is that Tonse Alliance is not a political party, at least it's not a registered political party. It's just an alliance of political parties. So I don't see what grounds the PF is going to use to expel Brian Mundwire. It's not as if he's gone to the UPND or MMD, that's a political party. So pretty much wasting their time. Brian Mundwire drops out. He has not dropped out. That's one of the admins putting up those posts there. So pretty much same news. Why Brian Mundwire deserves national support from PF members. So another section is also supporting his move. Once they given him in the faction is simply saying, what he has done is an illegality, which warrants him being expelled from the PF. So the argument that's been put, Zambian political environment has fundamentally changed, and it is time for the Patriotic Front PF to confront this reality with honesty, courage, and strategic clarity. The move taken by Honorable Brian Mundwire is not an act of defiance against the patriotic or the party. It is an act of political survival, and one that deserves full support of all well-meaning PF members across the country. Let us speak plainly. Under the current UPND government or administration, PF has been systematically suffocated. Court injunctions, selective policing, and administrative blockage, and endless legal traps have made it virtually impossible for PF to function as a normal political party in an environment. In this environment, the idea that the PF will willingly hold a convention, reorganize itself, and appear on the ballot box as PF as it is. Best is a wishful thinking, and West is a self-deception. So simply saying what Brian Mundwire is a preservative move that is pulling, because PF is likely not going to be on the ballot box. This thing was very predictable. I don't know how people, it's self-interest. This move was very predictable. From the time that Mao Sampa took it over, before even Chabinga stepped in, you could tell that the PF is likely not going to be on the ballot box, because that fight was going to run through the 2026. And now we're in 2026, just a few months before Parliament is dissolved. So I don't see how any other alternative will be realistic. But one thing is for sure, they're still fighting for the FDD. So there's a faction within the FDD that seems to be supporting another side. It's just fights within the Patriotic Front. And obviously, former PS Elias Kamanga shares, I can say with absolute confidence that any attempt to expel Honorable Brian Mundwile from the Patriotic Front for fighting nomination as a Tonse Alliance presidential candidate will only embarrass the party. For the record, and under the Zambian law, only Robert Chavinga has the authority to expel anyone from the Patriotic Front. Anyone else attempting to act outside the legal mandate is overstepping and inviting ridicule. Let this serve as a word of caution. Unless someone is ready to witness a mass exodus of the people from the Patriotic Front, I stand to advise restraint. By the way, Mundwile has merely responded to a call by the Zambians to be part of a progressive group of Zambians offering themselves for leadership. So you can see the sections offering two different points of view there. And then obviously give PF back to true honors as Shishua. That's likely not to happen. That's in the Daily Nation. We are thieves. Hawazoka admits that illegal miners across the country are depriving the country of its revenue. Says he's deeply concerned that illegal miners are being used by foreigners who are shipping the country's gold from to foreign countries. So that's one thing that has been sorted by the army within 48 hours, if not less. Hakainde Hichilema meets bishops as Catholics leadership salutes his exemplary leadership. That's in News Diggers. Stay in your lane. Army must deal with foreign enemies. Embattled pretty much the army commander there scored on security. I don't know that statement. It's not credited in that newspaper. And pretty much that's the news, ladies and gentlemen. Have a good night.